Going on, everyone?
Felipe, what up, dog?
Not too much, man. Not too much. How's your day been?
My day was good, bro. I feel like I'm being a transaction coordinator, dog. It's not what I want to do, bro. Going back and forth with attorneys and freaking buyers and all these things.
Oh,
It's not my forte, bro.
yeah, I can see.
Um, I have one call to make, one quick
Yep.
call, and then we can get to it.
You know what's funny though? I got my mom driving for dollars.
I love that, bro.
Yeah, she not really, but she knows what I do. So she called me today, like, yo, I got this. I found this house. Like, you got to call him ASAP. It's been vacant for like 30 years apparently. That's what my friend says. Like, call him right now. He lives in New York. And I'm like, all right, I guess I'll call him.
You lock it up or what?
I gave him a call. He's interested, but he's tough on getting. I'm tough. It's hard on getting a number out of him because he wants my number first. I didn't give it him, obviously. So he's like, yeah, go to the neighbor. They have the key. You can go take a look at the house and give me your number. I was like, all right, yeah, we'll see about that. I'm gonna call him tomorrow.
So what can you say about that? What's a rebuttal to that?
I was gonna say usually I don't like to go out there unless we're close on our range. Because then it's a waste of both of our times. I mean, that's a pretty good when I say that, it works.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It was a quick conversation, so I'm gonna call him tomorrow and say, hey, I don't know, say whatever, and then get into the price.
Yeah, I like that. What part of New York?
Oh, I gotta look it up. I don't remember. It's like upstate.
I might have some buyers up there.
Oh no, the house is on the Cape.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he lives in New York.
Damn, there's another one. Didn't we just have one yesterday?
Yes, sir.
Forwarded to an
Okay. So what do you want to go over today, bro?
What do we do if a seller has a tenant that's not cooperating and we want to have an on-site showing?
Explain a little bit more. Like what's the exact situation?
Tenant hasn't paid since May.
Mm-hmm.
Seller would love to sell the property, but also does not want to lose money on it because they bought it at the peak of the market back then. So, And they said she would entertain selling it with the tenants, but she doesn't want to get to sell it too cheaply because she knows if she would do that, we come at a lower number. And then I was talking about getting an on-site or to get an idea what the house looks like because she has no idea as well. She just says it needs work, but she said she doesn't know if that's even possible because the tenants aren't cooperating.
Where is it?
1 second.
Also, why does she want to sell it? Like, what's her plans with the money and all that?
Well, she's selling because of the tenants. She's just tired of them not paying. She's probably annoyed that she's paying the mortgage now, and that's what she doesn't want to do. You've actually talked to the husband, and I got in contact with the wife today.
Okay, where is it?
I'm pulling it up right now just to remember. But it's crazy. This lead I've been following up on them like all the time because this guy never picks up.
Dude, it's insane. I was just looking at a lead that we're working on in Brockton, and it's like I went on an appointment with this dude back in March. We've had like 20 something touches up to this point.
Yeah.
And dude, probably within the next week or two, it could be a potential creative finance deal.
Nice.
Like I think that's when it will convert. So it's crazy how much you got to follow up. This is so important.
Yeah, I just tasked it over to you. But yeah, like I've been calling them every time someone picked up. They just said the person is not here, leave a message or whatever. And I was like tired. I was like, who am I talking to? Like, whose phone is this? Like, this guy's never home.
What's the situation with the tenants is just they won't pay.
They're not paying. They're uncooperative. They're not responding.
That's why they want to sell it. Do you have an idea of what they would ever do with the money if they sold it?
No.
Do you have an idea of what they owe in the mortgage?
No, I don't.
Why do you think that's important?
What they own a mortgage, because I mean, for wholesaling, you want to make sure they have a lot of equity, but also in terms of creative financing, you could possibly help them with a sub 2 or a creative seller financing situation. And knowing how much they owe helps us figure out the terms and everything.
Mm-hmm. Think about it. They have tenants that are not paying. They're not making any money right now anyway.
Yep.
So would it be helpful if we came in and just started paying your mortgage? Do they have a mortgage? Do you even know if they have a mortgage or not?
I actually don't know if they have a mortgage.
So these are some questions that you can just ask, especially like when you're pulling information and you're trying to dig at pain. Wait, so you have a mortgage? Okay, and so let me get this straight. You've been paying the mortgage since May, and you haven't seen a dime from them? Holy crap! Like, what are your plans here? Do you plan on are you just going to keep doing that, or are you going to evict them? Like, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Let's call them.
Your call has been
So what do you think is the easiest way to take care of a bad tenant that isn't paying?
I'd say talk to them and offer them money to get out. I think that's the easiest non-friction outcome or route, I should say.
So when you ask the seller, hey, what do they say to a cash or keys exchange? What did the seller say?
Are you asking me what did they say?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't ask him about cash for keys.
So like working out the situation with the seller, like, okay, well, what's going on with the tenants? What's the contact that you've had with them so far? What's the conversation been like? Have you tried working it out with them? Have they paid at all during this time? Like, have you talked about maybe giving them a cash or keys exchange to get them out of there to go find a new place? Like, what is your plans? Do you plan on just trying to list it and sell it as is? Like, what's going on with it? At the moment, they haven't been paying since freaking May. They got it. There's a lot of pain there. That's May to July. That's freaking, how many months is that? Like 4 months? No, 3 months.
They're at the end of July.
Yeah, dude, that's a lot of payments. That's probably like 10 grand. You know that they're missing out on. So what do you plan? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, what was the conversation once you found out that the tenants weren't paying?
Yeah, I digged into it. I was like, oh, they haven't paid you since May, yada yada. She's like, yeah, it's crazy, but we also don't want to take a loss on this house. And then she started talking about her price, about how she's in the low 200 range. And then she asked me how much would I give, and I said, I can't tell you over the phone. I have to talk to my partners, and I have to see the property. And that's kind of where we left it off. We left it at.
Okay, how about a lowest number possible from her if somebody buys it with the tenants in place? Did we get that number?
Oh, it was yeah, I got that. It was 200.
Okay, so absolutely lowest. You're saying if I buy this house with $200,000, you're good. Okay, now let's think about it. What can we do at 200? We couldn't wholesale it or buy it for a cash deal at 200. I just looked at the ARV. The ARV is probably what, like 265, 270 maybe. So cash deal and wholesale doesn't work.
Yeah.
What's the next option?
My immediate next option would be novation, dependent on the work that is needed.
Okay.
Property.
So how could we go about doing that?
Well, that's the thing. I don't even know if we can go check out the property to find out what's the repair cost. What's the idea?
But that's not their problem.
Okay, that's not their problem, but we can't just barge in there.
But what's their problem?
The problem is they're not getting paid on they're not getting their rent money.
Okay, so let's figure out how do we help them with that. Can we hop on the phone with your tenants and try to figure something out? What I would ask, right, before I even went down the road of like options and stuff, is I would solidify with them an upfront contract. Hey, if we found some sort of way, maybe it might take a couple months or something like that, but if we found some sort of way to get $200,000 in your pocket without you having to deal with the tenant issue, and we'll take care of that on our end, what would prevent us from doing a deal together?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nothing. I mean, if you guys get this thing done in a few months and we don't have to worry about the tenants or anything, yeah, hell yeah, let's do it. Okay, great. How do we talk to the tenants? Doesn't matter what the property looks like at this point. The tenants are before what the property looks like. Make sense?
Yep.
When it comes to solving their problem. Because regardless of what happens, regardless if it's a seller financing deal, if they go listed on the market, whatever they do, the tenant problem has to be solved. Is that making sense?
Yeah. At the end of the day, the tenant is the wall that we have to break through first.
Yeah, it's not getting into the property and seeing what repairs are and stuff like that. It's the tenants. It's solving the issue with the tenants. So, okay, how do we hop on the phone with the tenants? Can we get the contacts information? Can we go talk to the tenants? Like, is there any way we can get in touch with these tenants? And even before that, that's when you ask, what was your conversation with the tenants up to this point? Like, do they plan on leaving? Do they plan on trying to catch up? Like, are they just completely ghosting you? Is there anything we could do? Because now at a purchase price of 200, ARV of 270, and if it doesn't need that much work, which I looked at the pictures, it doesn't look like it might. Who knows? We don't know what it looks like, but it looks like the numbers could work on an novation agreement. So what could happen is we could go over to the tenants and say, hey, tenants, we'll give you $10,000 to go find a new place to go. And then you just do a novation agreement. Either way, get them to agree to a cash for keys exchange, and then go back to the seller and say, hey, I've got the tenants agreed to leave by X date if we give them X amount of dollars. And then you start negotiating with structuring of the deal, whether it's a novation, seller finance, whatever. Now you have solved their problem. Now you're in control of how the deal is structured, honestly.
Okay,
great. Then we won't do the deal with your tenants. That's fine. If they come back and say something that like the deal doesn't work or something. But you're right. The wall at the moment is the tenants. So I would try to call them back and just say, hey, I'd love to go check out the property, but there's something before that, before we even go do that, before, even if you were going to list the property or sell to us or sell to another investor or sell to somebody else, I mean, you got to figure out this tenant issue. What's going on with the tenant issue? How do we figure this thing out? Have you talked to them? Can we get in contact with them?
Okay.
Because somebody would buy it as it sits with the tenants in place and then just evict the tenants, but not at that 200 number.
Not at 200.
And she knows that. And I would also try to figure out why she is stuck on 200.
Yep.
Yeah, bro. So I'll go back to the cell and I'll figure out all that info.
Okay.
What else you got?
Man, I just want to say, where else are you gonna find people asking these questions on YouTube? Because nobody's answered these questions.
True, bro.
All the questions answered are ARV and formulas and closing costs, but these questions in the weeds, like, only here, man.
No, this is legit. Like, this is what happens. This is the actual business.
Yeah.
We're dealing with something right now.
In the weeds.
Where that was a call that I was just trying to hop on. In the beginning, there's a buyer that we have for a deal who agreed to buy a house from us. And they said, yeah, everything's good, but I'm a super busy contractor, and I just have my attorney take care of everything. So I'm like, okay, no worries. Let's send over everything to your attorney, get this assignment agreement written up and signed and all that. So I try contacting the attorney, and the attorney's like, no, I'm not talking to you. I'm only talking to another attorney. It would be unethical for me to talk to you. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I called our attorney and I said, hey, can you send over everything to their attorney? And then all of a sudden I was just in limbo for like a whole day, not knowing, and we have a close date of next Friday. So this is something that we got to like move on quick.
Yeah, hurry up.
Yeah. So these are things that like into the weeds that actually happen in the business. Like it's crazy what actually goes on and what people put on YouTube and stuff.
Yeah.
They're way two different things. But anyways, for that particular one, I had to go through a bunch of walls. We had to talk to the attorney, our attorney, and figure out what their conversation was with their attorney. And it was just like a whole back and forth. Essentially what happened is the buyer has his attorney, and his attorney is freaking annoying. His attorney's like, oh no, we need to change this verbiage on the assignment agreement. We need to do that. It's like, okay, whatever, just fucking change it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But she's dragging her feet, but we have a close date of August 5th. So we got to move on it. So I'm like trying to push. But this is what happens. This is wholesale. This is how you get deals done. So what else you got, dog? Eric, what up, bro?
I am gonna see if I can call this Pearl Street guy, because I know he's not gonna call me back. See what's going on.
1,
All right,
3.
cool. Let's just go call for call until some people answer.
Let's go.
Come on, yo.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message.
What we'll do is we'll double dial. If they don't answer, then you'll call the next one. So just line up.
I'm already ready.
You're a beast.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic.
All right.
Please leave your message for 9. Hello?
Rich?
Yes.
Hey, Rich. It's Felipe. How you doing?
Hey, good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm not sure if you remember me. I spoke to you last month in regards to that property on Angel Street.
Yeah, that's right. Listen, I'm sorry. I'm in a swim lesson with my son. So, yeah, it's a really bad time.
Oh, my gosh. I'm so sorry. It seems like I'm getting everyone at a bad time today.
Yeah.
Mhm. All right. Are you still interested in selling it, though? I was just checking in.
I don't know yet. I mean, I'm still having stuff. Still trying to get everything over after the death, and just trying to get it organized right now. So I'm sorry. You have to just call me another time. Next week maybe, but not on Thursday.
All right. I'll make sure not to call you on Thursdays, Rich.
Okay. Yeah. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Good job pushing.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on with that lead?
Yeah, this guy's sounds like he's still in a lot of pain. He lost his wife like last month.
Dang.
And he's just been, every time I talk to him, it's always like a very emotional conversation. But he has a big freaking house, like, and it's worth like in the millions, but it's all like, it's in the middle of this rehab state. And he doesn't know if he wants to finish the project or just sell it outright and go to a new school system with his kids. So he's on the fence.
Dang, where is it?
Providence. I think ARV is like 1 point. I mean, I don't remember, but like last time I checked, I think it was like 1.3.
In Providence?
Yes, I thought the same thing, and then I looked at all the comps, and I was like, everything was in the millions in this area.
It's a mansion?
It's a let me check here. I think it's like a 5.4 or something. 5.3. It's a 5.3, but it's a single family with in-law.
Okay.
But yeah, all the comps in the area are like in the millions.
Yeah, dude, that's a good follow-up for you.
I've just been following up with him.
What type of follow-up? Like how many times a week you're following up?
So far, I've called him like every week, except last time he said to give him a month because he was just in a really bad state and everything. So this was the month date, and then now I'll just call him next week on Monday to get an update.
He give you a timeline of when if he'd ever sell it, when he'd want to do it?
He didn't have one at all. He's still confused. Apparently, his wife was like the one that was the decision maker in the house and everything, and he lost her. So he's like lost in life now. He doesn't know what to do.
So this was his personal house, or?
Yeah, his and his wife's, and she passed.
Dang.
Mm.
Okay. Well, here's what I typically do on leads like this, right? I'll ask when I should follow up.
That's exactly what I said.
Whenever they say a date, I cut that in half.
Oh, okay.
So if they're like, "Oh, give me a call next week," I'll call them in a half a week, in like 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
Or if they say, "Give me a call in a month," I'll call in 2 weeks. But yeah, bro, that's what this is about. This is about all those follow-ups. You probably have a ton of them by now in your pipeline.
Yep.
Your call has been forwarded to an...
Dang it.
Did you already double dial? I wasn't paying attention.
No, I'm about to right now.
Please leave your message for... Please leave your message for 5...
Dang.
Let me try one more.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated...
All right.
Last one.
Your call has been forwarded...
All right, go ahead. I'm going to push some of these leads that haven't been answering to you.
Yep.
Hi, this is Laurie.
Yo, shout out to Harvey. He's been here every day, man.
God. A lot of these leads are Harvey's.
Hi, this is Laurie.
Yeah.
Harvey, we're going to get a deal for you, dog.
Yeah. He's just watching to make sure we're calling his leads.
Dang. Now we're going to get one locked up for you, bro. I can't wait. We locked up a JV deal not too long ago. That's the one that I was talking about in CT.
Okay.
We're going to get one locked up, bro. You have another one?
Yeah, I can go ahead. Dr. Ken.
Hello.
Hello, is this Kenneth?
Hello.
Hi, is this Kenneth? Can you? Damn, son. What's up, bro? You want to talk to me?
Hello.
Hey, Dr. Ken.
Yeah.
Hey, doctor. This is Felipe. You spoke to someone on my team, Mike, in regards to selling a property on Rabbit Run.
Oh yeah, decided not to go with that.
Oh, you're not looking to sell anymore?
Not going to go with your way of selling it. But thanks anyway. It was interesting.
Okay, so you're not looking for seller finance anymore? Damn.
Was it me that he talked to?
Yeah, it was you. It was like a few days ago. But you see how you gotta switch it up. You call him doctor, and now he wants to talk.
How the hell do you know he's a doctor, bro?
I just know, man. It's because on the voicemail it said, he said Dr. Ken.
Oh, I was gonna say, I'm like, what the heck? Oh yeah, I remember this lead. So what's one thing about an intro? Like, how can we perfect an intro? What makes a good intro?
What makes a good intro? In my opinion, it is a lively, not a monotone voice. Direct to the point in terms of their names and what you're calling in regards of. So, and not a professional way usually, like call them by their first names and everything. That's what I like to do. Kind of break the ice with just asking them how their day is real quick and then get right into it.
Yeah, so, just catching their attention and getting right into it.
Yeah. So like, for example, your name is Michael, but I'm going to call you Mike just to make him feel more comfortable and say, hey, Mike, this is Felipe. He's like, oh, who is this? Yeah, you talked to someone on my team about selling some property here, X, Y, and Z. Are you still interested in selling? And then they're going to say yes, most likely. And then we just go into it.
Cool. So like going right into it.
Yeah.
Love it. Because when you're like, hey, Felipe, hey, it's Mike. How are you? Good. Hey, you spoke with my assistant. Okay. What is this call about? What's going on? Hey, Felipe, what's up, man? Hey, it's Mike. Hey, just calling about your house. You spoke to my team. You're still looking to sell the property?
Yep.
And they're like, boom, what? Wait, what? Okay. We're getting right into it.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I have any more tasks for the day.
Your call.
I'm going to push this lead over to you to check
Yep.
in. It's a lead that we have an offer on. So, guys, this is what's cool. This is what's cool about having a team. And not you don't even have to have a team for this. You can have a community, you can have homies, you can have whatever. If you have some people that you can like bounce leads off of, right? Like some people aren't like, they don't vibe with me, right? Felipe can vibe with people different than I can. Maybe Felipe has a better opportunity of getting a lead to the finish line than I do just because of his personality or something like that. Bouncing leads off of each other. As far as if like other team members or friends or somebody in your community, just to tackle these leads in different ways. Like I heard a video from Grant Cardone the other day of him talking about it. He's like, dude, there's times where I've messed up leads and deals before, and I had my wife go in there. I had my wife go in there and say, hey, where the hell did Grant screw this thing up?
Yeah.
You got to do what it takes to get the freaking deal, dog.
Yeah, and guess what? If you don't have anyone to bounce it off, just go to Silver Homies and we can just bounce off each other.
Word.
Yes, sir. Let me see here. But it's in the past week, Mike, I've been struggling getting contacts. So I don't know what's going on with everything in general.
Okay. Struggling getting contacts. How about with initial leads, like initial acquisition manager leads?
I haven't been getting them. I think in the past week I got like 3 or 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those people are answering?
A little bit. Not. I'd say yes. They're answering more than my regular follow up.
Okay.
But
so the past couple of weeks, we kind of turned the faucet down a little bit as far as leads because we're working on a couple other things. Literally, we had a shit ton of deals in the pipeline, but we're turning the faucet up like crazy starting today. So you're going to start seeing a lot more acquisition leads, a lot more just leads in general coming up in these next like 2 or 3 weeks. But it's funny, you can literally do that. Like we had things going on in the back end of the business where we had to essentially turn down the knob of our leads. So once you have a pulse on it, like once you understand what generates leads, like what really kicks your business up when it comes to lead generation, you can turn the faucet up, you can turn it down, you can turn it off, like you do whatever you want. So what happened was we had a ton of deals going on and we're like, wait, hold on. We got to chill out just a little bit. Right? Turn the faucet down just a tiny bit. And now we're back. We're like, holy crap, we got to ramp up the leads. So boom, let's go get a new list. Let's do this. Let's do that. Like, see what I'm saying?
Yep.
But it's cool in the business that you can do that. The only way that you could do that is if you really have a pulse on what is going on in your business. So you got to know your KPIs. You got to know that's really what it is, knowing your KPIs and knowing what is causing leads to be generated. So when you say, Harvey said, when you say you are turning on your faucet, what exactly are you doing when it comes to marketing that will produce the amount of leads that you're expecting to get? So one thing we were doing to ramp it up like crazy, this is a gem. We were on the dialer, like on smartphone dialer, and texting at the same time. And like our leads were going through the freaking roof. Like we had our virtual assistants that were doing all the outbound. They were on the dialer waiting for people to answer the phone and texting at the same time. And literally that like month that we did it, the leads freaking exploded. Like it was crazy. So we kind of turned down the faucet when it came to the texting a little bit, and now we're ramping the texting back up. That's essentially how we're turning it on and up. But that technique, if you need to like implode your business with a shit ton of leads, that's one thing that worked for us. We just tried it out like not too long ago, about a month or two ago, having somebody on the dialer and texting at the same time. I would probably suggest having virtual assistants who know what they're doing, who are like pretty high level if you're going to do both at the same time. But it worked for us. It was kind of crazy. We were generating like 70 leads a week when we were doing it. Past couple of weeks, we were probably around like 45, 50.
Yeah. I got a lead here that is actually one of my personal leads from Drive From Dollars. If you want to give her a call, see what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I've only contacted her once. Owner of the house passed away. I believe it was her father's. Doesn't really know what to do, but is kind of in the thinking stages of selling the house. Let me send it over to you.
I mean, we have 3 virtual assistants doing initial outbound and then 1 doing lead management. So the one doing initial outbound, the ones doing initial outbound, what they were doing is they were cold calling, like just hanging out on the dialer, waiting for people to answer and texting at the same time. And then the lead manager would just be in our system calling the existing leads that we have, reigniting leads, following up with leads. She has her own pipeline.
My bad.
Hey, your power went out, dog.
Yeah, no, I just accidentally just clicked X.
Did you send it? Is it in Podio or is it like in the comments?
It's in private chat because it's in my own personal Podio.
Oh, got it. Okay, send me the address and her name.
So that is the number. Let me get the address. It's on the Cape.
Let me explain how Felipe ended up on our team. Felipe was generating his own leads, creating freaking chaos in his business, and he was coming to me with questions, and he was coming to me with opportunities and stuff to help him out with. And essentially, I just got to the point where I'm like, dude, why don't you just come help us out? Why don't we just work together? So what did Felipe do? Felipe just showed that he was a badass, making shit happen. Bernadette, that's her name?
Yep.
And it's just Cape Cod. That's the...
You can just say Chatham. That's the town.
Okay. Dang, this thing is huge.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know it's a duplex. And the crazy thing is Chatham is like a rich person town. So there aren't any duplexes in Chatham, which is kind of crazy. So it's hard to get a comp. But I'm guessing it's over $1 million if it's all fixed up.
Hello.
Hi, is this Bernadette?
It is.
Hey, my name is Mike. How you doing?
Hi, Mike. I'm good. How are you?
I'm amazing. I'm partners with Felipe, and we buy houses all over Massachusetts. I'm sitting here in this back office looking at your property. I was wondering if you had some time to chat about it.
We can chat.
Love it. Well, yeah, like I said, I'm just sitting here looking at all of our potential leads that we can buy, and I'm like, hey, what's going on with this old Queen Anne Road property?
Well, what do you want to know? I mean, what I don't know what I can tell you. Nothing's happened to it.
Felipe didn't really give me too much info. He just said that you might be interested in selling it. Could you just catch me up to speed?
No, I never said that. I never said that. He's putting words in my mouth. We are having some legal work done on it, and that's where we stand right now.
Oh, got it. So is it going through probate or something like that?
No, it's just it will bypass probate, but we do need a lawyer involved. So that's where we are.
Okay, got it. Did you guys need any help with that, or?
No. We have an attorney on board, and we have to get an evaluation done, and all the legal things. And my father-in-law passed only the end of May, so it's only been 2 months.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Eventually, it will go up for sale. When, I don't know. You're free to take a look around outside if you want. But other than that, when we do put it on the market, we want a fair market value for it. So we're not going to give anything away. So if you're looking to find something cheap in Chatham, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, we buy houses a bunch of different ways. We do buy cheap houses, but we also buy houses at retail. It just kind of depends on the situation.
Yeah. Well, that's where we are right now. We still have work that we need to get done, and eventually it will probably go into the hands of a realtor. But when that will be, I don't know.
Okay, got it. So what do you think the timeline here is from the time that you got to do all
As
this
I
stuff?
just said, I don't know.
Okay. And then your plans is to figure out this legal situation and then hire a realtor.
Yeah, we're working on that right now. Yeah.
Got it. So have you had a conversation with your realtor at all yet?
I'm not going to go any further than that right now. We're handling the legal aspects of it.
Okay. Got it.
Okay.
Well, was this your father-in-law's property, or is this your property?
It was my father-in-law's property. It's now my husband's and my brother-in-law's property.
Oh, okay, got it. This makes so much more sense. So they're trying to sell it, and they're trying to figure out what's going on with.
No, we're trying to get the legal aspects of it done first, as I told you before.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. We just did a deal. Actually,
I'll tell you what. When we come up with a number, I'll give you a call.
I love it. Why don't I have Felipe give you a call in a couple months, maybe, to follow up?
Sure. As I told Felipe, he can call me whenever he likes.
Love it. But it's funny that we're having this conversation because we just had a property down the Cape that we did, and we paid for the seller's probate fees. I don't know if this thing has to go through probate or anything. You said that it didn't, but we ended up
No, it
paying
doesn't.
for all that.
No, it doesn't need to go through probate. But there are some legal matters that we need to take care of first, and that's as far as we are right now.
It makes sense. Okay, so it wouldn't help if somebody paid for those fees, the lawyer fees?
No, because they're minimal. I think they will be. But again, I don't know your company. I don't know anything about your company. I don't know who Felipe is, and I apologize. I don't remember your name. So doing this over the phone is nothing that we want to get involved in. Mm-hmm. If you want to take a ride down to Chatham one day that we're there, you can certainly look at the property. But right now, we're not ready to do that.
Yeah, 100%. Our company is called Silver Homes. We buy houses all over Mass and Rhode Island. So if you want to write
Silver, Silver?
Yeah, like silver and gold, silver.
And where are you located?
Brockton.
In Brockton?
Yep.
Okay, and so if I look you up online, I'm going to find out what your company is. Is that correct?
100%. If you look up silverhomes.co, that's our website.
Oh, okay. And what was your name?
My name is Mike.
Okay, Mike.
So when should I give you guys a call back, or when should I have Felipe give you guys a call back?
I have no idea. I right now, this is not one of our priorities right now. You know, and the legal stuff is going to move slowly. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you to have him call me back.
Okay.
I really don't.
All right.
Okay.
I'll put it in these notes here to have him give you a call back maybe in like a month.
Sure. And in the meantime, if it goes up on the MLS, I'm sure that you will see it there.
Oh, so you're thinking it might do that within the next month, potentially?
I don't know. I don't know, but if he calls me, if something should happen in the next 2 or 3 weeks, and we find a realtor in town, because it would be someone in town, then you'll see it happen.
Okay.
But I don't know that.
Well,
I don't know. We need to do some work on it next week, and we'll see where we go from there.
Got it. The reason why I'm asking is because we buy houses without the real estate agent. So I'd hate to see you have to hire the real estate agent and pay the real estate agent if you didn't have to.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So maybe would you want us to go out over there and check it out and at least give you some sort of like valuation of what we could pay for it?
Let me take your phone number down, and I will give you a call back, Mike. I just want to touch base with my husband on this before I say yes.
I get you. I don't do anything without saying something to my wife, so I get it.
Smart man. So do you have a phone number I can reach you at?
Yeah, it's 508.
All right, and is that your number or Felipe's number or?
That's my office number. Felipe has his own office number as well.
I see. Okay. All right. Well, I will. I'll look into it, and I may have written down Felipe's number. I don't quite understand. You said that you're in the office is in Brockton?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. And you all work out of your own homes, is that it?
Well, it's like one of those things where coronavirus happened and everybody was like, hey, I would like to work from home. So some people work from home, some people come to the office, but Felipe is one of the people that likes to hang out in his basement.
We're in Brockton. What's the address? I used to work in Brockton for many years. Okay. All right. Let me, when my husband gets in, I will see if he wants you to, or someone from Silver Homes to come down and take a look and give us an idea of what your offer would be. And it won't be, we're meeting with a lawyer next week, and she's supposed to be taking care of this particular problem. Mm-hmm. And then we should be able to go from there.
Okay, cool. So do you guys have an idea of like what it would list for on the MLS?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. The house needs work. It was built in 1850. I'm sure you can look up that record yourself. Mm-hmm. It's a very large home with an apartment attached. Okay. It's just under an acre of land, and it is in Chatham.
Got it.
But there is work that needs to be done on the house.
Okay. As far as like, when you say work, do you think it needs like the amount of work to the point where? Okay, major work. So you're saying like a retail buyer, like a family that's going to go live in it, probably won't buy it.
I think a family that, well, I don't know. I mean, who knows who's going to buy it? But if a family would buy it, then they would. Anyone who's moving to Chatham today has a lot of money.
Right.
It's either very wealthy people or it's people. The town is looking for affordable housing. So
we do that too.
Both sides, both ends of the spectrum.
Got it. We actually do affordable housing up here in Brockton.
Yeah. Well, this is what the town is looking for, and the town does. From what the grapevine tells me, I haven't spoken to anyone in the town, but the grapevine tells me that the town may be interested in acquiring it also, but
got it.
They have not contacted us, and I know nothing about that.
Okay, cool.
But it is a good piece of property because it's so big, and you won't find that in Chatham anymore.
Yeah. Okay. But it sounds like it wouldn't get approved for like a family going to get a conventional loan from Chase Bank or something. It's probably gonna have to be somebody in cash if it needs that much.
Well, I mean, it depends. I mean, if a doctor or a lawyer comes in or a financial man from Wall Street, and believe me, we've got loads of them, or the insurance company, if those people are coming in and they need a conventional mortgage and they've got the money, they will get it.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. A lot of people from New York are actually maybe not moving, but at least own a bunch of houses down the Cape. We're dealing with 2 sellers right now that's their situation.
Yep.
So yeah, you're right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, hey,
All right.
Bernadette, I don't want to keep you too long. So why don't I have Felipe give you a call in a couple of days then, or either myself or Felipe, well, whoever's free.
No, I tell you what, make it sometime after the week after next.
Okay.
Next week we are tied up with cleaning and cleaning out the house and visiting with a lawyer. So in a couple of weeks you can give us a call and I can tell you where we are.
All right, Bernadette, you're awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye, you too.
That was a great call.
What'd you learn from that call, bro?
I learned, first of all, there was in the beginning, there's a lot of friction because I guess she got mad that I put words in her mouth. So then she put this wall up, and then you just kept asking her questions to make her calm down. And you got her, because like I don't know if you could feel that. I could feel like she was ready to hang up. She's kind of like trying to hang up on you, and I think you could feel it too. But you're like, oh wait, let me ask you one more question, and then you got her to go down the rabbit hole of like figuring stuff out.
Mm-hmm. And that's why it's important to stick in the fight.
Yeah,
you got it. It's funny, right? It's your responsibility, no matter whether you're talking to a seller or you walk into, bye, have a good night. It's your responsibility as a freaking human being, actually, to win somebody over. Right? Like if you go walk into a store, if you go walk into a convenience store and the lady at the front desk at the register is a grouch, it's your responsibility to go in there and make her your friend. Or you could be an asshole and give off the same bad energy. Right? And then nobody wins, right? So it's your responsibility at all times, whether you're on the phone with a seller, on the phone with attorneys, on the phone with whoever, or just in life in general. It's your responsibility to win people over and make them your friend. Because why wouldn't you want to be friends with people? Just because somebody's an asshole doesn't mean they can't be your friend. Mm-hmm. Maybe they're having a bad day. Mm-hmm. Plus Bernadette, it sounds like she's an older lady who is super skeptical about people calling her. Maybe, who knows, maybe she had a bad experience one time. My grandmother had a bad experience where somebody called her. This is crazy. Somebody called my grandmother one day, acting like they were my cousin.
That's weird.
My cousin's name's Austin. And somebody called my grandmother and said, hey, Austin's in a lot of trouble right now. Can you send over money to this account to save him? And my grandmother got scammed. Or almost got scammed.
Okay.
I can't remember if she did. Yeah, I can't remember if she did or didn't. But either way, like, yo, you know, people out here scamming, dog.
Yeah.
You gotta break down that wall. It's your responsibility to do that. It's when you talk to the lead, like, what was the situation?
It was kind of the same as right now, but it was more, I guess, it was more raw because the father just passed, or the father-in-law just passed. So she was like, "Yeah, we don't know what we're doing. He just passed away. I want to get it assessed and talk to a realtor and find out how much it's worth." That's kind of what she said.
Got it.
Mm-hmm. That was like bullet points.
At the end of the day, if this thing needs a lot of work, the only buyer is a cash buyer.
Yeah. I don't know if you're looking at it online, but I saw it in person. That shit needed some work.
Oh, you drove by it?
Yeah, it was when I was driving for dollars. I just drove all the way around the Cape because that's what I was living at the time. And then I just saw this property and I was like, this one, it looks good.
Yeah, dude. Stay on top of it. I would book an appointment.
Yeah. Yeah,
good stuff, bro.
Yes, sir. I hope everyone learned from that. I definitely did.
Silverhomies.com to submit your leads like that so Mike can go win old women over. Just kidding. But there were so many things on that call, like the third-party story. There were like 3 or 4 different third-party stories that were super ninja that I did on purpose.
Yep.
Like the probate deal down the Cape.
Yep.
You know?
It's just being relatable with them. And I can see that's what you try to do.
Here's what I sensed in the beginning. I knew in the beginning, and she even ended up saying it in the middle. I knew in the beginning that she did not feel comfortable with talking to some random person over the phone about selling their house for some sort of reason. I don't know if she got scammed before, if she's just super skeptical, whatever. So what did I do in order to overcome that? Like, what were the main things that I did to overcome it?
You made her feel, or you told her how you've, with a third party story too, which is great, that you've done deals on Cape to make her feel like relatable, like, oh, this guy's like a local. And then you brought up Brockton, and then which was even more in your favor, because then she's like, oh, I used to work in Brockton. So like she knows you're a real human being that just works in the vicinity and not just some random guy like in a third world country that's just scamming people all the time.
Exactly.
And that really brought her like to the roots and saw like, oh, it's just a human being that is just doing business.
Mm-hmm. That's it, bro.
That's when she kind of like flipped and started entertaining you more, when you started talking about the Cape and everything.
Yes, sir. And then at the end, I did a temperature check. I was like, let me see if I can get her number. What are you guys thinking about listing it at?
Mm-hmm.
And then we also got that it needs a ton of work. So at the end of the day, like, nobody's going to buy the house.
Yeah.
Like, my advice, when you go call her, next time you talk to her, when you're going to give her some advice, just let her know, like, hey, I know you want to go with a real estate agent, but here's the thing. The house needs a lot of work. And that's where I was trying to tell her, like, it won't get approved for a conventional. Yeah. So the only buyer here is going to come in with cash, right? Now, whether you go with us or you go with somebody else that's going to buy the house in cash, you can find that person directly without having to go on the market with a real estate agent. Typically, the market, the MLS, when you list it with a real estate agent, is more for trying to find retail buyers that are going to get loans because they pay the most for properties, and they need properties that are like fully renovated. But I would hate to see you have to go on the market and pay a real estate agent to find somebody like myself anyway. And then you put real estate agent money for no reason when you have a bunch of people you could just reach out to for offers by yourself, and they'll take care of everything for you.
Exactly.
That's the advice that I would give her. Let's go, baby. Good job, bro.
Yes, sir.
All right. Silverhomies.com if you want to submit your leads. Peace.